it's definitely louder in the regard that like when we first started doing our EPs and things it was a little more rootsy, the approach, and then I guess I don't know if we just started listening to a lot more punk rock, just kind of missing it, and then before you know it, the sound starts getting electric guitars in it, with a real crunchy sound, and it seems to round out. It really sounds cool with the banjo, the acoustic, the elements of the vocals. The vocals are already really aggressive, and it's kind of a compliment to it all. Then all the group vocals and harmonies and yelling and stuff, and it seems to kind of be a natural fit, but a positive evolution to the sound too. And it's cool to be able to kind of go between, because the songs themselves have an edge anyways. They kind of have that NoFX punk sound just in the structure and the writing, and so being able to flip flop between a rootsy version or with the electric, somehow it still keeps the consistency, and we like that.
Um, Charles wrote one on there. I've got some, and Charlie as well. So it's just the core of us really that have always been around as the band. But that's yeah.
Billy's a songwriting factory. I mean, there's people that write songs, but then there's people that are always writing songs, always have something cool to say, and they always sound cool. Billy's definitely one of those people who is a writer, just writes songs all the time. There's material that you don't even realize exists that would probably cover another couple albums.
We came in here with an agenda, and some got knocked off just because it was a time factor, and we've been playing some of the songs for a while, and we felt once we actually got into the studio, the layers that needed to happen could not be delivered. We still needed to work on some things, you know what I mean? So we'll put some stuff off on the back burner, and then there's some that the more gutsy tunes, where you just got to give it your all, and you could be loud and nuts with it. I mean, those are the ones that are, best performed on this one.
Usually the song with the strongest conviction seems to make it to the forefront, and then we're all like, yeah, good call there.
When I was 15 years old, I recorded here, the punk band that I was in, and all my friends have been recording here their whole lives, and it's just kind of like home, And there's so many other great studios here in town, but this is the one that can really give you a good raw noise. A newer audience is always welcome. I really struggle, and so does Charles, with the writing because we're very seasonal. So the next one could be very quiet, and it's just it all depends on what we're feeling. We're not going to stay consistent with yelling and screaming because we like to tone it back and make people feel peaceful. And then sometimes if you want to punch something, we'll skip a track and go to that one.
There's a lot of times. I mean, if you put out an album that or an EP that you just feel is heartfelt and that you put it all into, you're probably gonna get some listeners who are like, yeah, I feel that too. So I guess just being proud of what we're putting out between mixed down content, writing, sounds, all that stuff.
Some of my musical influences, just Slayer, Neil Diamond, anything from that range, back and forth. Anything that's heavy sing-along, like Bedlam Hour, Dropkick Murphys. I love a lot of old stuff, and I love newer stuff, just, he's heavily influenced by, so many great guitar players, and, he really brings his style to the table, because if a song is written, then he dresses it up and makes it, 50,000 times better, because mine is such a simplistic form, a platform of songwriting, and then, influenced by so many, just simple punk melodies, that I've loved over the years, and then he just dresses it up with his, magical.
You kind of hear you hear someone else's song a little bit different than they hear their own song. You know, obviously you're totally different person. So you kind of say, well, this is what your song makes me feel like, and so this exudes, you know, this kind of extracts this sort of musical feeling out of me. So this is kind of like my input. It either flies or it doesn't. You know, we talk about it, but I mean, typically, like, it's a pretty good mesh. They span across the board. I mean, my influences, you know, if you take it back, definitely Operation Ivy, Bad Religion, you know, some Lagwagon stuff, but then also like a lot of bluegrass guys, Tony Rice and stuff. I like a lot of Chicken Picker guys, Johnny Highland, just all across the board. I mean, I feel like you got to have a spice cabinet to pull from, you know, when you're whipping up stuff. Festival season's coming up.
Yep.
We seem to fare really well with festivals. Good outdoor sort of vibe. Seems like you get the most like open-minded crowds too at a festival. They're kind of down for anything.